didn't see it coming, your hand in mine. One moment we were close, the next a line. You laughed and promised we'd stay the same, but your eyes were leaving before you spoke my name. I felt it in the quiet, I felt it in the air. A love that was fading, though we were still there. You slipped out slowly, like a whisper in the night. I reached for you, but you were gone from sight. Every word left unspoken, every touch left behind. You slipped out slowly, and I'm still trying to find the pieces of us that stayed before you slowly walked away. I traced your steps in the fading light, hoping your shadow would stay in mine tonight. But the spaces between us kept growing wide, and the warmth we had slowly died. I held my breath, I held your name, but nothing could stop the quiet change. You slipped out slowly, like a shadow through my hands. I tried to hold on, but you had other plans. Every memory lingers, every dream feels undone. You slipped out slowly, and I'm still the one who loves the love we lost, even if it came at a cost. Maybe love doesn't always shout, sometimes it fades without a sound. I never knew the pain of goodbye until your footsteps left the ground. You slipped out slowly, but I still feel your heart, even though we're miles apart. I whisper your name to the empty night, holding on to what we lost, holding it tight. You slipped out slowly, but I'll never forget the way you left. You slipped out slowly, and I'm still holding you. The room is quiet, but I hear your voice. Every word you left behind still makes a choice to linger in the corners of my mind. A love that's gone, but I can't leave behind. I walk the halls we used to know, every shadow tells me you're not home. I thought I could move, I thought I could run, but your memory stays like the fading sun. I feel you in the silence, I feel you in the air. I stay where you were, though you're not there. I stayed in the echo of your love, and every whisper in the stars above. Even when the world turned me away, I stayed where your heart used to stay. I stayed in the echo, I stayed keep your letters, I keep your smile. Every memory stretching for miles. I close my eyes, I hear your laugh, but when I open them, it's the past. I tell myself it's time to heal, but your echo feels too real. I linger where we used to be, holding on to what you left in me. I hear your footsteps in the hall, a shadow of you, I feel it all. I stayed in the echo of your love, in every whisper in the stars above. Even when the world turned me away, I stayed where your heart used to stay. I stayed in the echo, I stayed in the pain, hoping someday you'd call my name. Maybe love is never truly gone, maybe it stays even when we move on. I choose to stay where you used to be, in the echo of you and me. I stayed in the echo, I stayed in the night, waiting for a sign that you're alright. I stayed in the echo, I stayed in the echo of you. I remember the way you looked at me, like I was someone you used to see. The words you left unspoken, heavy in the air, a quiet I couldn't break, a love you wouldn't share. I tried to reach, I tried to call, but every step I took you built a wall. I held your hand in my mind at night, but the warmth was gone, replaced by quiet. I searched for answers in your eyes, but all I found were goodbyes. The silence you gave me, it cuts so deep, it follows me home, it won't let me sleep. I loved you loud, but you never heard. I stayed in the echo of every word. The silence you gave me, it still remains a shadow of love, a lingering pain. I replay the moments that could have been, the little things that feel like sins. I speak to walls that don't reply, hoping to hear a trace of your sigh. I wonder if you think of me at all, or if my heart was just a ghost in your hall. I carried us quietly in my chest, but your silence proved I loved you best. I held my heart while yours withdrew. I whispered love, but it never got through. The silence you gave me, it cuts so deep, it follows me home, it won't let me sleep. I loved you loud, but you never heard. I stayed in the echo of every word. The silence you gave me, it still remains a shadow of love, a lingering pain. Maybe one day I'll let it go, but your quiet taught me what I know, that love can hurt in 1,000 ways and linger longer than words can say. The silence you gave me, it shaped my heart. It tore us slowly, kept us apart. I loved you still through empty space, through the quiet you left in its place. The silence you gave me won't erase the love I held, the love I chased. The silence you gave me, it's all I hear. I never shouted, I never chased. I held my heart with gentle grace. Every touch, every word I shared was love unspoken, quietly bared. I watched you smile and turn away, hoping my calm could make you stay. I gave my all without a fight, a soft love burning in the night. You never knew how much I cared, or how I silently was there. I gave love softly, I gave it true. Every heartbeat I reserved for you, even when you didn't see. I loved with all of me. I gave love softly, without a sound, even when it didn't come around. I held you close in my quiet way, and loved you more each day. I whispered your name in every breeze. I painted your laughter in memories. I waited in shadows, I waited in light, hoping one day you'd see me right. I never demanded, I never cried. I kept my love safe inside. Even when the world pulled you away, I held it steady, come what may. You never saw my heart collide with every secret love I hide. I gave love softly, I gave it true. Every heartbeat I reserved for you, even when you didn't see. I loved with all of me. I gave love softly, without a sound, even when it didn't come around. I held you close in my quiet way, and loved you more each day. Maybe love is meant to be gentle, quiet, quietly free. Even if it's left unseen, it's the purest love there's ever been. I gave love softly, and still I do, even when the world forgot you. Every moment, every sigh, my love whispered, never shy. I gave love softly, and I will stay, even if you're far away. I held you close in my quiet way, and loved you more each day. I gave love softly, and I still do. I used to see the world in your gaze, every glance a light that stayed. We laughed like nothing could go wrong, but something shifted in your song. silence crept in slow, a secret I wasn't meant to know. I felt it in the moments we passed, a love that was fading too fast. When your eyes changed, I knew it was done. The warmth we had was gone from the sun. I reached for you, but you slipped away, left me in shadows where I stay. When your eyes changed, the world turned cold, a story of love left untold. I still remember the way it felt, the moment I saw my heart melt. I traced your steps in fading light, hoping your heart would stay the night. But every word you left unsaid built a wall around our bed. I smiled, I tried, I held my breath, I prayed for more than whispered death. But even hope could not remain. Once I saw your eyes had changed, I held on, but it slipped away. Love turned quiet, love turned gray. When your eyes changed, I knew it was done. The warmth we had was gone from the sun. I reached for you, but you slipped away, left me in shadows where I stay. When your eyes changed, the world turned cold, a story of love left untold. I still remember the way it felt, the moment I saw my heart melt. Maybe love fades without a sound, maybe hearts drift without being found. But I'll remember every glance, even when we lost our chance. When your eyes changed, I stayed behind, holding the love I could not find. Even if the world forgets our name, I'll remember the way it came. When your eyes changed, I stayed, I stayed. When your eyes changed. I smile through every fleeting day, pretending your heart would stay. I kept my fear behind my eyes, hiding the storms, hiding the cries. Your laughter lit the rooms we knew, but I felt the dark between me and you. Every word I wanted to say stayed locked inside, tucked away. I held my heart, I held my pain, hoping my silence could remain. These are the tears I never showed, the nights I cried so you wouldn't know. I loved you loud in ways unseen, but kept my sorrow in between. These are the tears I never showed, the secret love I never told. I gave my all but held it low. These are the tears I never showed. I watched you drift, I watched you leave, but kept my hands around my grief. I whispered hope in empty air, hoping somehow you'd still care. I carried us in quiet ways, through lonely nights and long delays. I loved you soft, I loved you slow, but no one saw the tears held the nights like they were ours, touched the stars, chased our hours. But something whispered in the wind, a love so close yet couldn't win. Your hand in mine felt so alive. I thought we'd always survive, but time revealed a quiet truth. Even love can lose its youth. I try to hold, I try to fight, but some things fade out of sight. This was love that couldn't stay. It slipped through fingers, went away. I loved you more than words could show, but love is ways we'll never know. This was love that couldn't stay, a gentle heart that went astray. I carry us in memory, even if it can't be. I still remember every glance, every laugh, every chance, the quiet moments, the softest sighs, the way you lived in my eyes. I wished on stars you'd never see, hoping love would set us free. But freedom came at the cost of a love I thought was never lost. I whispered prayers, I whispered your name, even when nothing felt the same. This was love that couldn't stay. It slipped through fingers, went away. I loved you more than words could show, but love is ways we'll never know. This was love that couldn't stay, a gentle heart that went astray. I carry us in memory, even if it can't be. Maybe love is meant to go, to teach us how to feel, to grow. I'll hold it softly in my chest, even though we couldn't rest. This was love that couldn't stay, but it loved me in its own way. I remember you with every beat, a love so pure though incomplete. This was love that couldn't stay, yet I carry you today, a quiet flame that doesn't die, even when love says goodbye. Love couldn't stay, but I still do. We were almost everything I dreamed, almost love, almost a team. I felt your hand but never held, almost words that never yelled. The nights we stayed beneath the stars, almost hearts, almost stars. I replay moments in my mind, chasing what we left behind. I see your smile in the spaces between the could have beens, the unseen scenes. I miss the almost, the love we almost knew, the silent laughter, the I almost do. I held you close in a fleeting way, and now I ache for what couldn't stay. I miss the almost, the touch that never stayed, the words we never had the courage to say. I hear your voice in every breeze, I see your shadow in the trees. I love the almost more than I knew, the almost moments, almost you. I carry us in secret ways, courage to say. Maybe almost is the kind of love that teaches hearts but isn't enough. I'll hold it softly, I'll let it be the almost love that lives in me. If I miss the almost, the love we almost knew, the smiles, the silence, the I almost do. I'll remember the almost, the hearts that tried, the fleeting love we couldn't hide. I miss the almost, I miss the almost of you. I miss the almost, I miss the almost. I listen close to every line, hoping your heart would speak in time. But the space is held more than the sound, a love unspoken, never found. I reached for you through empty air, but all I felt was you not there. Your silence cut deeper than the night, a gentle absence, a quiet fight. I read your eyes, I read your face, but all I found was empty space. You left between words where I couldn't see a love that whispered but never set free. I stayed for the echoes, the moments unheard, but you slipped away between every word. You left between words where I couldn't hold a heart that was warm but slowly turned cold. I traced the letters that never came, I called your name in vain, in vain. Every almost and every pause became the story of our loss. 'Cause I gave my heart in quiet ways, but it faded in your silent gaze. The love we had was soft, discreet, yet vanished in the spaces we couldn't meet. I wanted more than a fleeting glance, but you chose silence over chance. You left between words where I couldn't see a love that whispered but never set free. I stayed for the echoes, the moments unheard, but you slipped away between every word. You left between words where I couldn't hold a heart that was warm but slowly turned cold. Maybe love is meant to fade in quiet corners in the shade. I remember you, the words unsaid, the love that lived then quietly fled. You left me between words, and I stayed behind, holding the pieces you left in my mind. I loved what was spoken, the love what was not, the love in the silence, the love we forgot. You left between words, but I never let go. You left between words. I smiled through days you weren't around, tried to laugh, but the pain still found every corner of this empty room, haunted by the love that left too soon. I told myself I'd move along, pretend the world had changed my song, but every step I take feels real, and every night my heart didn't heal. I close my eyes, I hear your name, the memory lingers, the feeling's the same. My heart didn't heal, it's still with you. Every beat reminds me what we knew. I try to forget, I try to let go, but the love we had still lives in my soul. My heart didn't heal, it's broken slow, carrying all the love I can't show. I walk past streets we used to know, the shadows whisper, the cold wind blows. I thought the time would make it right, but your absence still owns my nights. I tell the world I'm doing fine, but inside I'm trapped in borrowed time. Every memory, every tear I feel proves my heart didn't heal. I see your face in the midnight sky, a fleeting ghost, a soft goodbye. My heart didn't heal, it's still with you. Every beat reminds me what we knew. I try to forget, I try to let go, but the love we had still lives in my soul. My heart didn't heal, it's broken slow, carrying all the love I can't show. Maybe one day the pain will fade, maybe love will find a softer shade, but tonight I stay, I feel it still, the love I